Well, I've made this video like 6 times now, and I'm gonna try to keep from rambling quite as long on this one or making people have vertigo from walking around with the camera. I figured this was a little more professional. Um, it's never fun for a business owner to be calling or sending a video update to tell the customer that stuff's behind, that things are late, products are late shipping. But that's where we're at. Today's July 2nd. I believe this makes the first day of 60 days since we opened pre-sales for the front loader kits. So technically today should have been the first day that if you ordered on the very first day of pre-sales, that those kits should have been going out. And we don't have any kits to ship right now, guys. It's been a lot of work and a lot of delay in this very transitional period that I'm going through, trying to bring 100% of manufacturing in-house. So for anybody that doesn't know, up to this point, I had a great relationship with a very good friend now up in Michigan, and he was doing all of my laser cutting and press brake forming, bending all the parts up. Then he'd mail them to us, and then we would do the rest of the manufacturing. So welding, sandblasting, powder coating, assembling, packaging, and shipping. At the time, I just didn't have the means to be cutting products out, bending them. Within the last 3 months, I've always wanted to bring manufacturing fully in-house. And so every dime that I've made from products that you guys have spent, I mean, literally every dime other than enough to pay my personal expenses, has gone into the shop. So 3 months ago, I guess, I can't believe it's been that long, I bought a CNC press brake. About a month ago, I got a very nice CNC plasma table. The one thing that we were really lacking to bring it all together was physical shop space. And that's where this video is a little bit vulnerable for me, because I think it's important for me to share the kind of the setup that I have right now for this production manufacturing facility. And although it doesn't look like what you might expect when you think of a production metal fabrication company, I think it's important for me to show what I'm doing, because it's hard starting a small business, particularly if you're bootstrapping it. If you got plenty of money or you can get a loan from a bank, it's much easier. And I really wish that was a route that I was able to take. But believe me when I tell you I exhausted all options for a loan this spring. As a guy that's spent his entire life paying cash for basically everything that I own, and until very recently having almost zero debt. Everything I own paid for, owned outright, including my property, everything in the shop, all the equipment. I have debt for nothing. But that means you don't have much credit. And when you go to the bank and you ask them for a line of credit, if you don't have a credit score, it doesn't matter if you have $300,000 or $400,000 in net worth and zero debt, you cannot get a loan to buy a milkshake. And it is mind blowing that that's where we're at. But that is where I'm at. I really was hoping to be building a new 40 by 60 shop, a normal pole barn shop this spring. That didn't happen. So in this transitional period, the only way I could see to financially and within a relatively decent time frame build a shop to expand for the manufacturing that we needed to do, because we needed to have room to put our press brake in, to put the CNC plasma table in. I just ordered $12,000, it was almost 14,000 pounds worth of steel. We've got sitting, unfortunately, outside right now, but under tarp. It's all in great shape, waiting to go for like mass manufacturing. Like we have enough steel out there for a lot of products. And the whole idea behind bringing everything in-house is so I can actually start putting products on the shelf. It's gonna allow me to minimize my time from getting from raw material to actual product on the shelf, or at the very least, like, we can have the parts at least cut, within two full days of plasma cutting will likely be like months worth of product. And then from there, it's just forming, welding, blasting, powder coating, everything else from there. But yeah, even though this is a vulnerable subject for me because of, this shop not looking like something you would see on Instagram, I think it's important for me to highlight where I'm at, because there's a lot of other people, I think, small business owners, that are trying to deal with the grit of starting up a small business. And I'm pretty lucky that I don't have an outward facing business as far as clients don't come to my shop for anything. I'm not even a job shop anymore. People don't drop stuff off. Like, I literally manufacture stuff and ship it out to you guys all over the country, and a couple orders all over the world. So that is good, but I just want other people to know that maybe struggling a little bit as you're starting your business and what you think it should look like based on Instagram or Facebook or what your neighbor has, it doesn't really matter. Just do it. It's gonna be tough. If you're going a non-traditional route, it is gonna be tough. You're gonna have to lean on some people. I'm really lucky to have great people around me to lean on. Friends and family and neighbors that bend over backward for me. And that's helped out a lot. I really couldn't have done all of this by myself, certainly not on this timeline. But that's all to say that I'm behind. I'm behind on production, but we're close. I was hoping to be starting full production like this Monday, the previous Monday, and between weather and we had some machinery malfunctions. The front tire the whole hub bearing fell out of my backhoe because it's 53 years old and probably has never been greased in 53 years. So that kind of limited us where we couldn't get the plasma table is the only thing that has to come in here. But that was it's been a hurdle, and I just want other people to know that don't give up. Don't give up. If you have a product that people are willing to pay for, keep at it. Keep at it. Be smart with your money. Don't get yourself in too much debt if you're able to. That's probably the biggest small business failure, is getting yourself into a massive burden of debt and then not being able to repay that debt in a timely manner. That'll sink you pretty quick. And then you're left with that personally as well. It doesn't just go away when the business goes away. So yeah, let me show you guys the new shop facility and what we're going to be doing in it. And I really appreciate everybody that has made purchases from me in the past, that is currently waiting on orders. I really appreciate your patience, guys. There's just a lot going on. I'm completely blessed to be able to do what I'm doing now for the last year or so, after starting, inventing these front axle reinforcement kits and then all the other products that's led to. I'm a single dad of 3 kids, 4 and under, and my shop is at my house, and that's really, made it possible for me to be with my kids as much as I can. Because, your tractor parts are awesome, but my kids are cooler, and I want to be with them as much as I can. So thank you so much for your support and your patience. Gosh, oh my gosh, you guys have been so patient. So just bear with me. I've got some really cool products coming up after we get current orders fulfilled. I've got even more new products that I'll be coming out with that we'll be launching, and I think you guys are going to be excited to see some of those. So let me show you the shop with Annie here. There it is. Look how magnificent. I will say it has a beautiful view. This is where I'm hoping to build a new shop maybe this fall, a 40 by 60 or a 40 by 80 out there on that pad. It is a beautiful view. And I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot of machinists that get a view quite like this. Pretty cool view for a lathe operator. Here it is. Still plenty of work to do to get everything buttoned up before Monday. We got air lines to run, we have electric to run, some machinery needs to come in here with some welding tables, but these containers are pretty cool. In pretty short order, we were able to get these things in here, get them together, get all the walls cut out, of course. Those walls will actually get repurposed for a big outdoor pergola, like a roof beside the shop, to give us some more covered outdoor storage space. We'll actually be able to have everything in here that we need for full production. 3 containers is about 1,000 square feet. So this is our machining corner. We have a beautiful LeBlanc Regal lathe from the 50s and an Excello mill from the 70s, made in Canada, and LeBlanc in America. If you have a front axle reinforcement kit, this little beauty right here is a pneumatic press, and this is how we press the bearings in. Works a treat. That's a pretty new addition. press brake here. It's our CNC 5-foot press brake, 33 ton. Of course, the tractor that started it all. That's sitting where our CNC plasma table is going to go. Holy smokes. And we're going to have a CNC router right here. And then this corner will be where all the welding and grinding happens. Boy, the lighting is terrible. Workbenches all the way around in a U shape. End up with the sandblaster, which that's getting ready to be upgraded as well whenever you guys make some more purchases. Haha. And then this is where, well, it's a mess right now with all of our electrical and plumbing, but this will be where we package everything. So small space, but we're actually going to be able to do quite a significant amount of work in here, even in this densely packed area. I'm actually very excited to see what happens. So yeah, if you guys are a small business owner and you're doing something that doesn't look normal, don't sweat it. Just get it done. Put out nice products, and nobody will care. Nobody will care that your last shop had dirt floor, that you've been running on a generator for over a year, that some of your very first parts were powder coated in a household oven, that your shop is in the middle of the country with a beautiful view. Nobody will care. Just make nice stuff.